Hey everyone, how's it going? Hope you're doing all good. It's Fate. I'm back with another epic gun build for Warzone, and today I'm taking a look at the Ram 7. This is going to be a good one. The stats actually surprised me quite a bit, so hang tight and make sure you watch to the end of the video. But for this one, I'm just going to keep it minimal fuss and get straight to the point. So if you guys appreciate that, make sure you drop a like on the video. And don't forget to sub to stay up to date with all of my amazing Warzone content and my streams. So without any further ado, let's look at the Ram 7. So first of all, let's take a look at the class setup that I'm running. So of course, primary is the Ram. I'm using the secondary as an MP5 because the Ram build that I'm setting up is really for like long range engagements, like mid to long range. So we need something to cover those close ranges, and what's better? Well, there's nothing better than an MP5, right? So quick look at the MP5 build. This is what I run usually on my MP5, so you guys can do that if you want. As for perks, I'm running EOD to kind of negate the C4 and Semtex spam. That always seems to help me out a lot, so I really advise that. I've got Overkill, obviously, and Amped for the fast weapon swap. For lethals, I've got C4s and heartbeat sensors. But getting into the main star of the show, the Ram 7. This is the build that I'm going for. So we've got Monolithic, then we've got the FSS Ranger, which gives us all damage range, bullet velocity, and recoil control. It kind of has a knock-on effect on mobility quite a bit, so that ADS speed and movement speed. I'm getting into all the stats. I'm going to show you graphs and things in a second. For the optic, I've gone for the hollow sight, which is cool. If you want a bit more recoil control, you can actually go for the VLK 3x optic, but of course this affects ADS speed a little bit. It's completely up to you guys. I'm just really enjoying using the hollow sight. I've used it on my M13. I'm using it now on the Ram, and yeah, I just generally like it, so that's what I go for. For the underbarrel, I go for the Commando foregrip. This really helps with both recoil stabilization and aiming stability, so it helps with the left to right bounce. It's the best foregrip for the left to right bounce, which really helps with the Ram because it is quite bouncy. And lastly, I go for the ammo, and that's the 50 round mags. That's the only ammo choice that you can put on. It's just, obviously, if you're playing more than solos, it's good to have the extra rounds to take on extra enemies. So let's take a look at these attachments in more detail. So the Commando foregrip, what we're getting out of it is a nice 6% benefit on vertical recoil. But the main thing for me for the Commando is the horizontal bounce. We get a benefit of 15%, which is really, really cool. I run this Commando foregrip on most of my assault rifles for this reason. Next attachment is the mono suppressor, giving us a 10% extra range benefit and 15% bullet velocity, which is always amazing in Warzone. So for the barrel, we've got the FSS Ranger. That gives us a range modifier of 37% extra bonus, 20% extra vertical recoil control, and 62% bullet velocity. So these bullets absolutely fly, as you might be able to see in the clips that I put at the front of the video. Now, for the 50 mags, we don't actually get any benefit apart from obviously having extra bullets. It actually gives us a deficit of 8 milliseconds ADS speed, which isn't really that much, and a 1.4% movement speed, so that's actually not too terrible. Outside of that, we've got the Corp hollow sight, which only gives us a 16 millisecond ADS deficit. But as I said previously, you guys can rock whatever scope you want to. You can rock the VLK. Obviously, it will have a little bit more of a deficit, but you actually get recoil control. So I leave this attachment up to you guys. What I thought would be good would be to test the Ram 7 against the Kilo 141, and it's exactly the same build here on both guns, so it's exactly the same attachments as what I just showed you guys. So let's take a look at the comparison stats. So for the Ram 7, it's got a little bit less range than the Kilo, 51% to the Kilo 60% range. ADS, the Ram 7 is a little bit quicker than the Kilo, so it's a little bit more aggressive. Sprint to fire time and tac sprint out time is exactly the same on both weapons. Movement speed is like 0.5 milliseconds slower on the Ram 7. I mean, that is nothing that is discernible. You'd never be able to notice that. ADS speed is a little bit slower on the Ram 7, so kind of balances out, like ADS movement speed, sorry, is a little bit slower on the Ram 7. Again, it's kind of a small number, it's quite negligible. But the key kind of stat that I care about is the next one, the vertical recoil. So we get a 12% better vertical recoil control against the Kilo 141 with this setup on the Ram 7. And as I said before, this build is all about lasering people at mid to long range. So this is one attribute that I really care about, so that's really good. Vertical bounce, or no, horizontal bounce, sorry, is equal on both guns. Hip fire spread is equal on both guns. And the bullet velocity is quicker on the Ram 7, which again is critical for what we're trying to achieve with this build. This next graphic is the key one. So this is TTK for both weapons. So in orange, we've got the Ram 7, and in the pink purpley color, we've got the Kilo. So this is at 250 HP, so full armor plates in Warzone. And as you can see, the Ram 7 is much better than the Kilo. And a lot of people are rocking the Kilo at the moment as they thinking it's like the best gun. But as you can see here, the Ram 7 beats it. So let's take a look at the damage ranges. So the first drop off for the Kilo, the Ram 7 is at 42 meters. Then the next one is at about 63, 64 meters. And that is about it. So as you can see, the comparison against the Kilo, it is a lot better. So that is it for the video, everyone. Here is the final build. Enjoy it. Let me know what you think about it, if you're going to change any attachments, etc. But yeah, enjoy it, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.